Is there a touch? No, that's a point for the Rebels. They've got game point again. It's the freshman Sarah Neff, seeing her most extensive time of the season in the biggest match of the season. Charlo sends it to Robinson. Dug up by Neff, but it's an overpass. Whitney Webb gets the kill.
Lori Bear back in for the Utes.
We're tied at 31.
Both teams expected a battle coming into this match, and this is just what they have.
Dangerfield served it to Walker. Here's Walters down the line for the kill, beating Robinson and Baird, two of the best blockers for the Utes.
Big players make big plays. Walters, that was huge.
This puts UNLV at another game point. Walker serves it. Good pass for Charlo. Robinson sends it wide. UNLV ties the match up at a game apiece. 33-31 our score. The Rebels keep their hopes alive to even up this match. We've got a 10-minute intermission. The two teams can catch their breath, and so can we. Game 3 is coming up a little bit later on the mountain.
Are you passionate? Are you dedicated? Are you competitive? Are you a member? Join today, the American Volleyball Coaches Association.
Sir, I've run a thorough check and your phone service is 100%.
Yeah, but last night I gave my number to 3 smoking hot ladies and not one call. What are the odds they all called at once and jammed up your system?
1 in a billion.
So you're saying there is a chance?
Order Cox Digital Telephone for only $9.36 per month. Call 933-9817 today.
I guess it's just a waiting game, then.
It's a fact. 40,000 businesses close their doors every month. Attention business owners, if you're getting collection calls, letters, judgments, levies, foreclosures, and don't take action, you could lose your business. However, if you want to pay your creditors, there is a solution without bankruptcy. If you need a loan, if you have tax problems, if you've used credit cards to support your business, you can get help before it's too late. Call Corporate Turnaround now for free information and a free consultation.
Is the place to be. Get connected to all the latest news, team schedules, and innovative features that elevate the Mountain West Conference above the rest. Scores, audio-video content, Mountain West gear, and links to your favorite schools and players make the MWC.com the place to be.
It can be a little awkward when your friend tells you he's been diagnosed with a mental illness. But what's even more awkward is, if you're not there for him, he's less likely to recover.
I'm here to help, man, whatever it takes.
Volleyball on the Mountain is brought to you by Dodge. Live life to the fullest. Dodge. Grab life. 30-24, 33-31. Tied up at 1 game apiece in this Mountain West Conference Tournament Championship. And in the middle of the screen, the 2007 Mountain West Conference Player of the Year. That's McKenna Barnes of Colorado State. Her team won the regular season championship, was eliminated in the semifinals in a 5-game thriller. That was won by the Utah Utes. She'll be back next year. She's just a junior. Let's revisit our Dodge keys to the match, first of all, for the Utah Utes.
Well, they needed to make a run on the Rebels. They did that in Game 1. A huge 8-point run allowed them to take Game 1. Game 2 more evenly matched, and Kat Haney really slowed down a little bit. She came out strong in Game 1, a little slower in Game 2. See if Game 3 can be a different story. I think UNLV at the end of Game 2 really used the crowd. They were very into it, on their feet, yelling, and it may have shaken specifically the freshmen for Utah, a little bit. So this crowd very much into this match. The seniors have definitely done their job. Lauren Miramonte's 14 kills already, but it's the underclassmen who have come out and really surprised us, I think, with their level of play and their composure in the tight down the line when it got close.
When you take a look at the individual numbers for UNLV, if you were to tell me that Sarah Neff would have more kills than Maria Alajova in the championship match of the Mountain West Conference tournament, I would have told you were crazy, but that's in fact what has happened. Sarah Neff came in, a little used freshman out of Centennial, Colorado, just 34 games on the year, 45 total kills. She has 4 kills and 9 swings. She served fairly tough, a couple of key digs. Maria Alajova, the senior, the all-time kill leader for UNLV, 3 kills, 3 errors, 17 attacks. She may be somebody that Allison Keeley would like to start working in a little bit more, because if she gets hot, that's Alajova on your screen right there. If she can get into this match offensively, UNLV might be able to run away with this.
Well, and I think what's great about both these teams is that it really isn't a one-woman show for anyone, so they can have different players really shine at different times, and they can still win as a team. So that's nice that pressure's off Alajova right now, but like you said, if she gets hot, that could be a whole different story for UNLV.
Sandberg with the tip on the first serve of game number 3. Jessica Walters into a triple block, can't cover herself, and that's a point for Utah. The Rebels are in their home white uniforms, trimmed in black and red. There's Jessica Walters. On the other side of the net, the Utah Utes in their road red uniforms. They entered this tournament as the number 5 seed. No 5 seed has ever been in the tournament championship, but Utah has been in this situation many times before. 7th consecutive Mountain West tournament final for the Utah Utes. Now they misplay that ball and give a free point away to UNLV. And here's Alajova serving it up for the Rebels. Webb with the tip, Walker with the pancake, but that's out of bounds. And it's a point for the Utes.
And Whitney Webb really has come to this match ready to play her 12th kill. She's hitting over 500. And that is better than she has played, I think, the last half of this whole year.
She's on the bench right now, along with Shardlow, and Keisha Fisher comes back in and serves it. An overpass on the receive, and it's terminated by Robinson.
Great serve, Keisha Fisher. She was so crucial in last night's victory over CSU from her serve that she really gave the Rams a lot of trouble. She proves to be doing the same for the Rebels.
Lumsden pushes it over to Nua. Lumsden's going to get the swing. Not much on that. That's at Dangerfield. Nice swing by Carolina Bartkowiak. The freshman gets the kill. That's her 6th of the match. She's hitting over 400.
Bartkowiak does everything off one foot. So hard to read when a player does that. The block has a tough time setting up.
Lumsden again does not receive the serve well. Tipped by Lori Baird into the hole of the donut. That's a point for Utah, and it's a 4-0 Ute run.
Great tip from Baird. You could see the defense for UNLV was there, but there were too many people, miscommunication.
And UNLV is going to use another early timeout. Their first of 2 here in game 3.
Excitement. Passion. Drama. Experience the game. Brought to you by the American Volleyball Coaches Association.
Struggling with credit card debt? Is it difficult just making your minimum payments? Tired of the harassing calls? If you're in substantial credit card debt and need help, call now and settle your accounts for less than you owe. Call the Hermosa Group today to find out how you can quickly and easily eliminate your debt for less than you owe. Life can be better. Call the Hermosa Group now. Get a low monthly payment that fits your budget. Call now.
In January 2008, Nevada will lead the country in electing our next president as we host the First in the West Presidential Caucus. To get our community ready, we took to the streets to ask a key question. Are you going to your presidential caucus in January?
Well, I was planning on it. I mean, I always vote, but I'm curious, what exactly is the caucus?
They are not alone. So just what is a caucus? Join Nevada Caucus 08 at the Center for Governmental Studies to learn more. Get involved and make Nevada proud.
2008 Phillips 66 Mountain West Conference Basketball Championships, March 11th through the 15th at the Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas. Every Mountain West basketball team will compete to win the championship and an automatic berth into the NCAA tournament. For ticket information, contact your favorite Mountain West institution's athletic ticket office or log on to the MWC.com. The 2008 Phillips 66 Mountain West Conference Basketball Championships. Don't miss it.
Allison Keeley, the determined look of the UNLV head coach, conference co-coach of the year, using a very early timeout here in game number 3. She used one early on in game number 1 when her team came out on a very sluggish start. They trailed 9-6, but that timeout proves to be a good one, breaking the Utah momentum. It was a 4-0 Ute run, and the Rebels now trail it 5-2, and Lauren Miramontes checks back into the front row, and Jada Walker serves. Good pass for Fisher. She goes to Bartkowiak. And that's bumped around by the Rebels and set free by Alajova. Baird rejected by Miramontes, who tips it back down. And UNLV gets another point.
And a missed opportunity right there for Utah. Bartkowiak earlier in that play had nobody up. Jada Walker stole the kill from her. She's able to serve for another point.
On the run, Robinson hits it into the net. It goes down as a 4-hit violation, and UNLV has scored 3 in a row on Jada Walker's serve. Now she serves for the tie. And here's Baird getting a much-needed kill for Utah, but I think you have to go back to that timeout call by Allison Keeley. Talk about knowing your team. That was a good call by her.
Well, definitely. I think she didn't want a repeat of game 1 when she saw the Utes go on an 8-0 run that they could never recover from.
Alajova sends it over on the service receive. Huge block. Utah scrambles, and it's a free ball opportunity for UNLV. Miramontes slaps it over for the kill.
Miramontes with her 15th kill, a great set for Manua, kind of leading her, pushing her into the hole away from the block of Baird. All Miramontes had to do was kind of tip that ball down.
That's her 15th kill, 30th swing for Lauren Miramontes. Kat Haney, hard off the block. Covered by Cunningham, and Miramontes gets a touch and another kill.
You know, it seems like Miramontes is having a quiet match because of last night where she took 86 swings and had 34 kills, but amazingly, we're just beginning the 3rd game and she already has 15.
Bartkowiak goes cross court. That ball is just wide. And UNLV has come back from a 5-1 deficit to lead 7-6. 3 in a row scored. And Jessica Walters serves it.
Too many unforced errors right now on Utah's side. 2 hitting errors, a missed serve. That's 3 points given away to UNLV.
Not too many service errors in this match, just 3 combined in the first 2 games. Tied up at 7. Baird with a good serve at Cunningham. Miramontes adjusts her approach. There was not much on that. Here's Kat Haney. There's a lot on that. She gets the kill.
And Utah needs Kat Haney to get hot this series while she's in the front court.
Lumsden directs it to Walker. That's not what you want to do. She cuts it over a triple block, but there's a net violation called on Utah.
And another unforced error from Utah gives the ball right back to UNLV. Sarah Neff rotating in.
And Lumsden will come out. And so Neff does check in, and here comes Maria Alajova.
Seemed like Alajova was surprised that she was in the front row already. Camille Cunningham obviously not going to play outside.
Nice serve. That's by Sarah Neff. Finger rolled over by Bartkowiak. Miramontes high over the triple block, and the back row defense breaks down for Utah, and UNLV takes a 9-8 lead.
Miramontes 3 kills in as many points. I think she is the go-to player right now. And it doesn't matter if she has a double block, even a triple block, she's putting the ball away.
Great serve by Neff. And this is Miramontes. Punched back over by Bartkowiak. Lauren's going to try on the other side. This time the slide is not effective. Bartkowiak rolls it over. Jada Walker is there. Here's Alajova.
There's a great transition play. Very fast to the outside, one-on-one. And Alajova inside the block and down for the kill.
That's her 4th. Neff's serve just skims the net. And a back row attack is whistled against Utah. Another unforced error and free point for UNLV. And Bethlenaire is tired of seeing her team give away these holiday gifts to UNLV. It's only a 2-point lead for the Rebels, but you get the sense that Utah is just really not in sync at all here in game number 3. They had a brief lead 5-1, but all that momentum has gone completely out because UNLV scrambles so well. If things get out of system, that's when they get even better.
They do, and I think that timeout just becomes all the more important. Allison Keeley doing a nice job to stop that momentum early from Utah and get her team back on track.
Celebrate the conference's best every week on Mountain Peak Performances with the latest news from volleyball, soccer, and more. It's the most in-depth coverage anywhere of Mountain West Olympic sports. Mountain Peak Performances Thursday at 6 on the Mountain. 11-8, UNLV has the lead on Utah, and that's going to require a whole lot of work if that thing is full.
Well, she knew yesterday how long we were here. I'm sure she's expecting a long match.
Yeah, if she's going to work on that tub of popcorn, that might take her well into the evening and well after this match is played. Bethlenire's team has used its first of 2 timeouts. Both teams have 1 remaining here in game 3. This match is tied up at a game apiece with Utah winning game 1, 30-24. And UNLV won game number 2, 33-31. Fisher does the setting. She goes to Haney. And that's recovered by Haney and set back. This ball's still alive. Alajova's got 1 blocker up again, and she gets her 2nd consecutive kill in that situation.
And Nua again with the very quick set to the outside, taking advantage of the one-on-one, and Alajova 2 quick kills from the senior.
Even though that ball went over toward the UNLV side out of bounds, Utah could play that, but they had to play the ball back on the outside part of the antenna. They could not take the shortcut, so it was a great scramble play by Utah, but that left them completely exposed defensively. And here's another point for UNLV, and they've got a 6-0 run going. Sarah Neff continues to serve. That's it, Haney. Sandberg rejected by Miramontes.
Miramontes does a nice job. She's used to being the only one blocking solo in the middle, so she makes great reads with her hands. Watch her drop her hands into the right spot, blocking that ball straight down, and UNLV on a run of their own right now.
Similar run to the one that Utah had back in game 1. A service ace for Sarah Neff. (15-8). I'd say that early timeout taken by Allison Keeley was a brilliant move, not just a good one. And there's Miramontes with another block for the point.
Miramontes is in right front right now, and you can bet the Utes are just waiting until she rotates to the back.
You get a 5-0 run in rally scoring, and that's pretty lengthy. UNLV is working on double digits. That's going to stop it. Haney gets the kill. That draws the Utes to within 7, which is still manageable when you're still under 20 points.
Right, but they've got a long road ahead of them. Great kill from Kat Haney to get them the ball back, but they've got a big hole to climb out of.
It was a 9-0 run for UNLV prior to that kill by Haney. Charlotte takes it down the line. Nua is going to go to Miramontes. She tips it. Great court vision to find the open area.
Laura Miramontes really just took control during that whole series in the front row. Both blocking, hitting. She was moving very well along the net.
She will serve. Haney sails one. And there's a touch on the UNLV side. That's a point for Utah. Actually a net violation. That's where the touch was. And Haney will serve again. Miramontes has gone to the bench. Walters is back in there. Alajova unchallenged by the Utah block. They're really breaking down on the right side.
Well, they are. I think that UNLV did a nice job establishing the middle, and that's holding those middle blockers, leaving the one-on-one for Alajova, and she's taken advantage every single time. 3 for 3.
Charlo got away with the carry. Set up for Sandberg, and it's dug by Neff. Walters tips it. Webb with a nice play as she was going down. Here's Greenwood off the triple block. Utah settles in. Robinson, block covered by Dangerfield. Webb down the line, but wide.
Right now, Utah really missing their opportunities defensively. They're getting the ball up, but they've given away way too many points on unforced hitting errors.
Nua drives it to Dangerfield. Webb again hits it down the line. 20-10 Rebels. Beth Lanier is sitting on her second timeout. Melody Nua, 44 set assists. And nearly an ace. Robinson, and she hits it. This is as unsure as Utah has looked in this entire tournament. And they're down by 11. It's a 5-0 run after a 9-0 run for UNLV.
Well, it just seems like the Utes are just pressing a little too hard, trying to go for the huge kill instead of just doing what they do, being patient and relying on their defense to get them the ball back.
UNLV fans are already feeling good. The Runnin' Rebels men's basketball team next door in the Thomas and Mack Center just defeated their arch rival, the Nevada Wolfpack. UNLV won that by 12, and so I think some of the folks, as we anticipated, who were taking in the men's basketball game have made the trip across the concourse to fill the seats behind us. It has been a spirited crowd getting behind UNLV volleyball. The capacity in this building is just over 2,400, and this was a program that was dormant after the 1985 season. They did not have volleyball 1986 through 1995. They resurrected it. Deidre Collins was the coach for a while, one of the great amateur players in U.S. history. But after she left the program, they brought in Allison Keeley, and I think that was you have to say here in Las Vegas, it was somewhat of a gamble. Allison Keeley coached in Southern Arkansas at Villanova. She had just one winning record prior to coming in here, but they saw something in her that they thought she could spark this program, and she certainly has. They've never finished lower than 4th in this conference under her direction. And they've won at least 15 matches, and now they're enjoying a program best 23-5 record and the number 2 seed in the league tourney. Utah scrambles. It's a free ball for UNLV. Greenwood, dug by Haney, punched over by Webb. Here's Walters. And Robinson finally gets a kill for the Utes.
And Utah needed that very badly. Still down 10. It's going to be very difficult for them to get back in this game.
Nua goes quickly to Greenwood, and she gets the kill.
And if that connection right there starts to get going, especially the quickness of it to Greenwood, it's going to be even harder for the Utes to come back, because Greenwood has been working very hard to be up quick, in good position. She's had career nights the last couple of nights and is working hard to do so again.
That was the play that was so devastating against BYU yesterday in the semifinals, and one of the reasons why Greenwood ended up with a career-high 22 kills. Webb tips it, and Greenwood punched that up to keep the play alive. Neff is turned away. Neff's going to try it again. Here's Charlo going to Robinson. And she is blocked on the line.
You know, you talked earlier about this team. They have had something to prove the entire year. They felt like they were going to have a good team in the preseason rankings. They were 4th. They were very surprised by that, and so they've had a bit of a chip on their shoulder all year trying to prove everyone wrong in the conference. I don't think anyone is doubting UNLV at this point.
Everything's going right for them. And Neff cuts it on the outside of that triple block, and she gets another kill. That's her 5th.
Well, and this is the point where UNLV, not only do they look to win Game 3, but they look to keep that momentum as they head into Game 4.
Whitney Webb, way off the net. Another UNLV run, this time 4 in a row. Here's Camille Cunningham to serve it. Neff sets it free. Got a free ball, and she knew what to do with it. She puts it down for the kill.
Well, Utah really struggling right now. They need to fight at the last part of this game to try to get things back on track, get some semblance of normalcy, because right now UNLV is absolutely just running all over them.
There's a kill for Lori Baird. Finished strong in this game, and you might steal some momentum for Game 4. But if things continue as they are, and UNLV just continues at this pace where everything is going right for them, Game 4 is going to be a pretty tough one for Utah to come back and win. Greenwood is blocked. Good coverage. And everybody just looks at it. For a couple of points in a row for Utah. Feel-good points at this stage of this game.
Well, is that the open door, though? You see Allison Keeley off the bench. She knows what an emotional team Utah is. They can make a run of points, and if they can carry some emotion into Game 4, that's going to make it a lot harder on the Rebels to take this match.
That violation on Utah. And here's Jada Walker. Using all of the tape and getting an ace.
Jada Walker is so important to this program. She's really the heart and soul of their defense, and defense is what they're known for, but a terrific server as well.
Another good serve played by Robinson. She'll approach it from a standing start. Miramontes in a joust, loses that. Robinson tries it again, and she gets the kill.
Great spot from Robinson to go cross court. There was no defensive player around. She could see that hole, and she'll go back to serve.
28-14. Jessica Walters. And that's set free. Here's Neff. Great dig by Dangerfield. Haney didn't have much on that. Miramontes turned away. Bartkowiak on the run. Nearly knocks Walker down. She kept it alive for UNLV to get the point and come to game point.
Jada Walker was everywhere, covering her hitters, digging the ball. Such an incredible player.
She has 22 digs tonight. And most of them are the highlight variety. There's a kill for Kat Haney. Still game point. And they got a whole lot of margin for error due to the Rebels, leading it by 15. It was 5-1 Utah when Allison Keeley used a timeout. There's another point for the Utes. And glance at the scoreboard, which says 29-16. Baird goes to Walker. Can Neff in this game? Covered by Cunningham. Miramontes with a high tip. And Utah just is not in sync. Miramontes hammers it down. Chicken winged up, and it's sent over to the other side for a kill.
It was a smart play initially from Miramontes. She put that free ball on the setter, Keisha Fisher. Utah very much out of sorts, but off of the dig off Lori Baird's shoulder, somehow Keisha Fisher punches it to the backcourt and Utah stays alive.
Those were the points that UNLV was getting throughout this game to build this huge lead. Now Allison Keeley has used her second timeout to calm her team down and stop the Utah momentum for the time being. Game 3, you would think, is pretty much a foregone conclusion. And if UNLV holds on, and it would take a miraculous comeback and a total collapse for UNLV to not win this, they would take a 2-1 lead.
Well, and UNLV just really has to come out, get a quick side out, and start this game for Miramontes is in the front row. For UNLV, all they really need is a pass to get up to the net and get that kill.
Baird will go back to serve. Well, these two teams played a pair of 4-game matches. UNLV won here in September. Utah won at home last week in Salt Lake City. These two teams have met 3 times previous in the Mountain West tournament, and Utah has won all 3 of those matches in the semifinals in 2004 and then again last year. They met in the first round way back in 2000. Only 2 wins all time for the Rebels against the Utes. Neff goes off the block. Fisher settles underneath it. Here's Kat Haney. She's blocked, and there's a point for the Rebels, and they take a 2-1 lead in this championship match. Another good timeout called by Allison Keeley and the Rebels. That calmed them down. They got the point they needed, and they've got the lead they wanted. Game 4. Well, here we go. The most dramatic game in volleyball. It's Game 5, and it's a sprint to the finish. We go to 15. A point scored on every serve. You must win by 2. Utah is 1-4 in 5-game matches this year. UNLV is 1-1. I should say Utah is 2-4 because they won last night in 5 over Colorado State. UNLV picked up a 5-game victory last night in eliminating BYU in the semifinals. How much energy, how much emotion, how much do these two teams have left?
That's exactly what Allison Keeley just said. She said, I want you to go out with as much fire and as much energy as you can muster.
Beth Lanier's team must win this game or their season comes to an end. If they win this game, they will get the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament, and we believe the Mountain West Conference should get 4 teams in for the first time ever. There are a lot of coaches around the country right now very nervous as they hear the news of what's transpiring tonight in Las Vegas. Because if you've got a team that's hovering around, say, 17, 18, 19 wins, and you're 500 in your league, some of those power conferences like the Big 12 or the Big 10, if Utah gets in, this league is strong enough with those 3 teams that finished 1, 2, 3 that 4 could go, and somebody's not going to get that spot. But BYU, our big heart, Utah at this point is playing very good volleyball. And they're not a team that should want to play come to the big dance. Now, UNLV, they're here at home. They're playing in the conference tournament final for the very first time. They entered as the number 2 seed. They have never won a Mountain West Conference title, regular season or tournament. They've got a chance to make history right here on their home floor. Melody Newell will serve it up for the Rebels to open up Game 5. The pass is directed to Fisher. She goes to Bartkowiak, tip to Walters. And Newell's going to have to set it free. Baird gets the kill. Utah 1-0.
And already you can just sense the urgency. Every single point so important in this 5-game.
Every serve must be precise. Every tip must be good, just like that. Jessica Walters with a good decision. We're tied at 1. Serving has not been much of a problem for either team in this match. This has been one of the best served volleyball matches I've seen, especially when you consider the importance of it, being in a championship.
Well, I think they haven't missed a lot, but they've been very good at executing, and I'm going to blame you for that one.
Until now, Camille Cunningham, one of the best servers in the league, sends one long. She had 34 aces, among the top 5 in the league, and she gives a point to Utah. Walters. Block. Utah 3-1.
And Kat Haney makes a nice adjustment there. That set was tight. Usually, the block for Utah has been used out of bounds, but you could just see Jessica Walters trying to turn that cross court, but the set really was not in the spot where she could do that.
Neff. Covered by Cunningham. The Rebels can't run it down. 4-1 Utah. And Allison Keeley is going to use an early timeout. She's done this 3 times, taking timeouts in the first few points of a game. The last time she did it was in game number 3 when her team trailed 5-1. It worked out. They rolled, but right now they trail.
Excitement. Passion. Drama. Experience the game. Brought to you by the American Volleyball Coaches Association.
Allison Keeley's team had a 2-1 lead on Utah, but the Utes came back and took game 4, and Utah has carried that momentum into game 5. It's 4-1. They've used one of their 2 timeouts. Again, we go to 15. Greenwood attacked it into the block. That's rolled over by Haney. UNLV gets another chance. This is Neff off the block. The freshman gets another kill. That's her 8th.
Neff not a great position on that blade. Didn't even have much of an approach, but she hits it high and uses the block out of bounds. It'll be so interesting to see how these freshmen do in this tight 5th game.
The pass too tall for Keisha Fisher. Now that point by Neff was critical, not just to stop the Utah run, but they get to rotate Lauren Miramontes back into the match. And here's Walker serving. Haney off the net with that attack, and UNLV has come back to tie it at 4.
It's a big play right there. And this is huge. It comes down to really who is in the front row at the end of the game. Can Lauren Miramontes score enough points as she's up front? Will she be able to get to the back twice? Or will that be enough for her team?
Nua goes to Neff, and she rolls one over. Utah needs this, and Bartkowiak's going to get it for him. That ball may have been sailing out.
It looked like it was on its way out. Nua, maybe thinking there was a touch, tries to stop that ball. Looks like there might have been. But a great kill from Bartkowiak, another freshman on the floor for Utah.
Shardlow is in. Serving at Cunningham. Good pass for Nua. Miramontes tools the block and gets the kill, and we're tied at 5.
Miramontes sensing she had a double block in front of her. She didn't want to swing away too hard, just using the block to the side, and she's going to see a lot of sets if UNLV can keep the ball tight to the net where they can use her.
Poor pass for Shardlow, and Robinson has to play it out of the back row. Miramontes again, tips it. Webb is there. Sandberg sends it to Walker. Miramontes again winds up. That's blocked just out of bounds.
Well, Utah knows it's going to go to Miramontes as well, but it seems to not make a difference if she has 2 in front of her or 3. She can get the kill whenever, wherever.
UNLV leads. Tough serve by Walters. And flying in for the kill is Webb. And there's no touch. It's a point for Utah. I thought Webb may have touched the net.
I think everyone was thinking maybe she had reached over. Clearly Miramontes knew she was going to attack the ball.
Haney serves it deep to Cunningham. Miramontes on the slide, off the block. UNLV takes the lead.
You know, it really is going to come down to where's Lauren Miramontes when this game is ending. Because she has just been on fire, 3 for 3. during this series.
That service to Haney. Robinson off the block for the kill, and we're tied at 7.
This is a good scoring rotation for Utah.
And back to serve is Dangerfield. Serving at Neff. Miramontes taps it to Dangerfield. Webb. Boy, Lumsden got lucky there. She's going to roll it over. Utah is going to go to Robinson. And she airmails it long. And that's a point for the Rebels. And we get to the 8-point mark. They switch sides. We've already had a timeout, so we'll continue playing.
Well, and with that, Lauren Miramontes with 27 kills rotates to the backcourt. Can her team do it without her? She has been everything for them all night, and this 5th game has not been any different. She has seen the ball every single time it's come up to the net. She's delivered.
27 kills takes her to 499 kills on the season. And she will serve it up for UNLV. Resuming play as after they switch the sides. This is to Haney. Robinson, dug up by Lumsden. Alajova tips it, covered by Robinson. Lori Baird, nice play by Alajova, but it's set back free. Charlo going to send it to Baird, and she gets the kill.
There's a great play right there, one-on-one, and Stephanie Charlo. That's going to be the question. Is she feeling confident enough to go to Baird? Because Baird can get the job done. She's their lone all-conference player right now, a very, very seasoned player. She has 17 kills right now, hitting 500, having a great night. Can they get her the ball while she's in the front row?
Keisha Fisher will serve it up. Noah. Alajova gets the kill and gives UNLV the lead.
Oh, it's a good thing Barkoyak was nowhere near that play. That set very tight to the net. You can see Alajova really struggling to reach it, but she saves it, and all she has to do is tap it down because there's no one there for Utah.
Fisher goes to Baird, and the all-conference Ute gets another kill. That's her 18th.
Lori Baird again in the one-on-one. Alajova trying to help there.
An overpass, nearly an ace. Baird rejected by Greenwood.
And that's something Greenwood was waiting for all night, working so hard to stay with Baird. She knew it was her job to try to stop her. She comes through in the clutch. That's a huge point, a big block right there for Erin Greenwood.
Camille Cunningham is in there to serve. Dangerfield, a good pass for Fisher. Haney, unstoppable.
Kat Haney, a lot of cross court to hit into, and the defense for UNLV is set up, but they have a miscommunication, and this game is tied at 10.
You mentioned who's in the front row right now. In the front row for Utah, it's Haney. That pass brings Newell way off, but Jessica Walters somehow coaxes a kill.
A lot of underclassmen in the front row. Jessica Walters doing a nice job to get that kill. She's had a good night as well, hitting over 300.
Noah keeps that alive. Here's Walters with the tip. Big block. Sandberg on the, oh, they say it's out. Right in front of us. A point for the Rebels. They lead it by 2.
That's a tough play right there on the overpass, trying to avoid Lauren Miramontes, and hits that ball just out of bounds. UNLV up by 2. They're in great position right now if they stay tough. Utah